Coming up on DC News Now, Pandamonium in the district. The National Zoo announcing 2 giant pandas will be returning by the end of the year. Reaction from excited zoogoers.
More showers and storms are working across the DMV. We'll let you know when things will finally start to dry out.
Then how are D.C. residents reacting to proposed budget cuts?
No one can go to work if they don't have a safe, nurturing place to send their children.
Detailing new changes to the council's plan.
Plus, tackling debt is always on the mind of consumers. We're helping you stretch your dollar by paying now and saving later.
As a way to wrap up Mental Health Awareness Month, we highlight ways you can help support someone battling illness in today's Wellness Wednesday.
You're watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
And thanks for joining us on this Wednesday for DC News Now at 4. I'm Mark Hall.
And I'm Tosin Fakile. We'll get to those top stories in just a moment, but we start with our weather. Another evening, another chance for some scattered storms in the DMV.
Yeah, taking another live look outside. I believe that's rainfall, Tosin. I don't have my glasses on.
It is. It looks like rainfall.
It
yeah,
looks
for
like
sure.
something. You know who'll know?
Damon Matson?
Damon Matson. Let's head over to him right now. Damon, what's going on right now?
Mark, you nailed it. It
Thank
is
you.
raining out there.
Thank you.
Tosin also on point with that. Yeah, it's been soggy, unfortunately, once again here this afternoon. Early on, just after lunchtime, we really started to see several rounds of showers, some heavier rainfall, and thunderstorms across the DMV. We've had one line in particular that has been ever so consistent over the last several hours indeed. And as we zoom down a little bit closer to what is going on out there, there's the steady rain we do have across the district. We're done with some of the heaviest rainfall, but expect it to remain soggy for at least the next 45 minutes, possibly to an hour in the DC metro. Now, the main line of some thunderstorms and heavier rain, that has moved east. It has just started to exit Prince George's County, and that's heading over toward Anne Arundel, Calvert counties, and soon enough, that heaviest of the rainfall will be pushing across the Chesapeake Bay. And we also had some very heavy rain along the I-95 corridor in Virginia. That has wrapped up. It's over into Charles County, just outside of La Plata there. We do have some heavier precipitation still falling, and this will continue to push to the east as well. And as we look to the west, it's a lot better. It's drying out across the Shenandoah Valley, but there are still some showers along the Allegheny front. So, unfortunately, folks, we do have a little bit longer before we finally start to quiet things down. But by 8 to 9 o'clock, any of that shower and storm activity that's out there should be coming to an end. And look at that, by 11 o'clock, we're looking at mostly clear skies. So things will be improving. Can we hold on to quiet conditions through the end of the week on your Thursday and Friday? We'll have a full look at your forecast coming up here in just a bit.
All right, Damon, thank you. It's time to start the Panda Watch.
Ooh, exciting.
2 new giant pandas are coming to the Smithsonian's National Zoo by the end of the year.
And today's announcement comes 6 months after the zoo had to send its 3 pandas back to China at a time when trade relations appeared strained and the panda lease ending.
Now D.C. is the second U.S. city behind San Diego to announce the return of the pandas. A new cooperative research and breeding agreement has been signed for the next 10 years.
And DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg live at the National Zoo. And Daniel, the pandemonium already kicking in.
It is, Tosin. They actually just closed up this pop-up shop here. The pandas are coming behind these doors. All kinds of panda apparel and things that you can wear to bring the excitement to the zoo. Right behind me over this way is where the pandas will eventually end up. For more than 50 years, pandas have been iconic in D.C.
It's just like a part of DC. Like, part of DC is coming to the zoo and seeing the pandas, so it was really strange to not have them the last few months.
After 6 months without them, soon locals and tourists will have 2 new giant pandas to visit, 2-year-olds Bao Li and Qing Bao.
It's very exciting.
Bao Li's mother was actually born at the zoo in 2013, and his grandparents, Tian Tian and Mei Xiang, lived at the zoo from 2000 to 2023.
It's like your friends went away to a foreign country for vacation, and then they're coming back.
Some kids have never seen a panda in person before,
They're really big and cuddly.
while others can't get enough.
It's very cute when they play with their toys and eat bamboo. And when they're sleeping, they look very cute. especially the babies.
The new agreement will have the National Zoo and partners in China conduct cooperative research projects. Any offspring from the two pandas will move to China by the age of 4.
They're super friendly and they love children. And how I feel is they're very easygoing, they're harmless, and that's why we love pandas so much. I mean, all they do is chewing on bamboos all day.
Many are excited for a return trip once the pandas arrive.
It's a great zoo, and we're excited to come back in the future and see them in real life.
Now, we don't know the exact timing of when these pandas will arrive here. We do know it will be by the end of the year. FedEx, once again, will be flying them on the Panda Express to town. They will have to be in an enclosure for 30 days quarantining before they will be able to roam in the outside enclosure open to the public. We're live at the National Zoo. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thank you. Weeks after D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser proposed her 2025 budget, Council Chairman Phil Mendelson introduced his own budget in today's council meeting.
It restores funding to education and affordable housing. D.C. News Now's political and government reporter Leonard N. Fleming is outside the Wilson building where council is discussing the budget. And Leonard, the Bowser administration saying that Mendelson's budget is not financially sustainable.
That's exactly right. And council members, they just voted this budget proposal out of the committee of the whole, and they'll come back shortly here to approve of this budget proposal proposed by council members. And Chairman Mendelson, he says, and other council members have said that the mayor's budget hurts the city's poor way too much. And now we're going to go to video here to talk about Mendelson proposing giving back $70 million to the Early Childhood Educator Pay Equity Fund, moving more than $25 million to specific D.C. public schools, and increasing the number of housing vouchers. To pay for it, council proposes increasing fees and taxes, such as the property tax rate hike on single-family homes and condominiums with an assessed value of $2.5 million or above. Khadijah Williams, who is an anti-poverty advocate, who says she's thankful for the council's proposals.
I completely understand where the mayor is coming from, because what she's thinking about is like, how do we maintain a vibrant downtown and how do we keep residents here? In order to kind of invest in our city, we also have to invest in our lowest income residents, and they are really suffering.
Earlier today, DC News Now spoke with Mayor Bowser, and she said the taxes proposed by council hurts the city's residents and the poor. We'll have more from her on our 5 o'clock newscast. Reporting from Northwest, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now. Back to you.
All right, Leonard, thank you. Well, today, leaders announced the district hit historic numbers when it comes to tourism in 2023. Tourism in the district went up by 17% in 2023 from 2022. That announcement coming from Destination DC, Mayor Muriel Bowser, and U.S. Travel Association. The city had nearly 26 million total visitors, $10.2 billion in visitor spending, and the support of more than 102,000 jobs in 2023. With summer approaching, they expect this year's tourism numbers to continue to skyrocket.
So it's important that we remain very focused on bringing visitors to our city, enjoying Washington and the region, and being able to bring those economic dollars to our city as a whole.
I also ask you to visit our neighborhoods, meet our people, and see how truly special Washington, D.C. is.
Officials are now focused on increasing international visitors to the area.
Community leaders came together to celebrate DC's annual Senior Fest program. The free event lets seniors all across 8 wards socialize with each other while enjoying fun activities. That includes, as you can see, live entertainment, dancing, and community-based services. Additional investments also highlighted more resources to help older adults. Mayor Bowser shares remarks at this year's event.
Seeing this yard occupied by so many of our seasoned citizens just brings a big smile to my face.
Mayor Bowser is also proud of the city doing the best for people over the age of 65.
And we head on over to Montgomery County, where public school there is considering laying off more than 100 teachers. This after last week's approval of the county's fiscal year 2025 operating budget. DC News Now's Kevon Dupree heard from a county council member about the impact these layoffs could have on the school system.
Last Thursday, County Council approved a $7.1 billion operating budget for next year, including $3.3 billion for MCPS. But the school board says this isn't enough, and now they're considering laying off 143 teachers and rescinding 177 contracts for future teachers to make this budget work.
Let's try to figure this out and get them some additional money. And I can't vote on this right now because that would be saying I'm okay with these level of cuts.
Jawando says he wasn't surprised by the announcement of potential cuts. He says his committee did a year-long analysis of how the school system utilizes its funds, then made a recommendation to the county executive based off their findings.
A result of the school system not receiving the funding that it needs, and a result of the county executive sending a budget that underfunded them by over $55 million.
Some of Jawando's fellow council members were surprised, however, saying on the day of the vote, the school board, quote, blindsided council, educators, and the entire community. Jawando says MCPS is a strong school system, and the only way to maintain that strength is to adequately invest in teachers and students.
If you look at the funding in 2012 for the school system, the per pupil funding, we are paying less per pupil now, adjusted for inflation, than we were there. We can't be paying less than 2012 per child in student per pupil funding and expect to get the same results. It's just not going to happen.
And MCPS provided a statement on these potential layoffs saying, quote, the board does not make these decisions easily and they are not our first choice. A decision to reduce staff has no reflection on the performance or dedication of MCPS educators. The board appreciates all MCPS staff members for their unwavering commitment to the success of MCPS students. The board is scheduled to approve the final budget on June 11th. Reporting in Rockville, I'm Kevon Dupree, DC News Now.